Hello, Starseed and Light Warriors. Welcome back to Spiritual Growth Journeys. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Oh, you can see the name a little better without my head in the way, trying to have or having a hard time adjusting my camera to make me smaller. I would prefer to be much smaller. Let's see, I'm pushing my computer away. We'll see if this works. Let's see. All right, I don't want to be that dang big. Anyways, well, today I have my tissue ready because I just spent like the last hour crying. Actually, I've been crying quite a bit the last few days over what's going on this planet. Sorry, I'm bouncing up and down. When I touch my desk here, it causes my computer camera to go up and down. I don't know why, but it just always does that. Probably because I have a weenie ass, wimpy, cheap desk here. And yeah, that's pretty much that's what you get when you get a tiny little cheap little desk. It bounces. So anyways, things on Earth have been pretty uh, bad. The energy and frequency and vibration has dropped down into the trash can over the last few days. And many of you have been messaging me and commenting to me about what do you think about CK? We're going to call him CK, okay? You guys all know who it is. I have to use code language on this video, and the first thing I'm going to say is this video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything you hear is just my opinion. Um, or the opinion of Yeshua and Miriam of Magdalene, who I will be reading their messages to you today. Um, and you can take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I don't care if you don't agree with me. I don't care if you don't like me or you do like me or whatever. I'm not here for that. I'm just here to make sense of the tragedy that happened a few days ago. And I'm here to support the people in the spiritual community who resonate with me. If you resonate with me, then great. I'm here to help you. If you don't resonate with me, then be on your merry way and we wish you well. I do not wish ill will to any human on earth except for murderers, rapists, pedophiles. Okay. The people who, drug dealers, those kind of people, the people who purposely harm other people and not in self-defense. That's a different thing altogether. Anybody who purposely chooses to harm others, I don't like them. I'm not going to love them. And somebody actually got in an argument with me the other day about how in the Bible that Jesus said we're supposed to love our enemies, or somebody said we're supposed to love our enemy. And that's actually not true. That's a lie. That was created by the reptilians. Of course, they want you to love them so they can keep killing you and your family over and over again in multiple lifetimes. Because then you love them and come back and they kill you again and again and again. So no, we're not supposed to love our enemy. That was made up. Who are you supposed to love? You're supposed to love your fellow innocent humanity, all your fellow humans. So those are the people who are not murderers, rapists, killers, and drug dealers. Okay. Those are the people you're supposed to love. Because yeah, I got in a huge argument with somebody a few days about this who was telling me I should love my enemy. People who want to kill me, want to murder me, want to rape me. Yeah, I'm supposed to love them. No, they get thumbs down. Never going to happen. Um, so anyways, we are here today because tragedy has struck. I was really emotional when CK was when I saw the video, like literally within an hour of it happening. Actually, it might have even been within a few minutes of it happening because my son was a huge follower of CK and him and I watched all his videos. And for those of you who don't know who CK is, maybe some of you can comment in the comments to those people and explain to them who CK was. Let's just say that he was an amazing speaker. He was a father. he was a husband. He was only 31 years old, and he did not deserve for somebody to shoot him with a weapon in the throat and kill him. Okay. I'm going to be talking in a lot of code language here so that my video doesn't get removed and I don't get flagged and I don't get sniffed out by the cabal and hunted down or whatever. So we're going to keep this very under the radar today, but I might be doing a lot of crying because the message that I got was very emotional today, and I've been very emotional. So the first thing I need to talk to you all about is a thing called Black Swan and false flag events. So the cabal has been creating these events nonstop for the last several years. Actually, they go all the way back several decades, and they do them for a lot of reasons. A lot of times they're doing them to lower the frequency of everyone. A lot of times they're doing it to get rid of and silence people who are true Christed leaders on the earth. A lot of the times they are doing it to sacrifice innocent people. A lot of times they're doing it for 15-minute cities or whatever, or to steal resources. A lot of the times they do these events to fully distract you from other important things that you should be paying attention to. So with the case of the CK event, we're going to talk about what Yeshua and Miriam have to say about that today. But what I have to say about it is I am fully disgusted with my fellow humanity, because when that man was killed, a whole bunch of you people, and maybe not you people following me, but people in general, a whole bunch of people on social media, which I unfriended. Everybody I saw who I was connected to who popped up in my feed with this, I immediately blocked them and unfriended them. There's a lot of people out there that were celebrating this man getting killed by that young guy who did this. He was a 22-year-old young guy who supposedly did this thing. And a lot of people were just saying really hateful comments, celebrating. There was one video I watched of some TV station or news station where the people, you can hear all of the staff in the background when they heard that he DIED'd, they were all cheering. Those people are POSs. All of you guys who cheer on the DEATH of somebody, anybody who cheers on that, and I guess I can see that word death. I guess I can say death. Okay. So anybody who cheers on the death of a brother or sister on this earth who is not a killer, rapist, pedo, trafficker, whatever, if they're just a normal person who's a father, who's a brother, who's a son, who has two little children, who, by the way, those two little innocent babies of his that are under age 5 watched their father be unalived. They watched him. Okay, they watched it. Those kids are now traumatized for the rest of their life, and his wife, who watched it as well. They will have horrible nightmares the rest of their life and be traumatized by this event, along with all the other people who loved him, who were watching this thing happen, or who watched it after the fact on videos over and over again. It's all over the internet. People who wish death upon other people who are not evil, people who aren't true evil, just because they have a different opinion than you or different belief system. Like, this crap of, I hate you because you're not Islam. I hate you because you're not Jewish. I hate you because you're not a Christian. I hate you because you're this color or that color. I hate you because you're not from this political party or that political party, or you're a member of the MAGAs or something like that. This whole thing of hating others and wanting them dead, not only is that mental illness, that's totally mentally ill. People who wish death upon others, that means that person's a sociopath. That's number one. They are sociopathic. Number two, They are hateful, fear-based, fear mongers. Number three, they probably have demons attached or controlling them, or they are possibly NPCs, or they are just really mean, vile humans. None of those people will be here anymore pretty soon. You guys are all who did that, everybody who did that, who said that they're glad that CK is gone. You guys sealed your fate. You're out of here. You are so out of here. You revealed yourself. And in a way, this event was good from that perspective, because now we know who stands on the side of good and who stands on the side of evil for sure. Because every single person on earth who was happy that this guy had his life taken away from him is on the side of evil. And that is the truth of the matter. And I don't care if somebody passed away who was, let's just say I was a conservative, which I'm not a conservative. I don't subscribe to any political, thing, but let's just say I was. If I was a conservative, because I think that all of the politics, the Democrat side, Republican side, whatever, all this was all created to do duality, separation, division, get us all fighting and killing each other and blah, 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 and wars and all that, just like all the religions, the same thing. It's all created to separate you and turn you against everyone else. So I don't subscribe to that. But let's just say, just for grins and giggles, that I decreed I was a conservative. And some person who was a liberal bit it. They were unalived. Okay. Somebody, got him with the pew pew, as they call it, or pow pow, or whatever you want to call that thing. All right. Would I cheer for that? Because they were against, they were pro death and killing everyone with abortions and all this kind of thing. And they were shoving trans agenda down everyone's throat and wanted men to be able to go in the women's bathroom just because they're wearing a wig and makeup and, all that kind of thing. Would I want for these people, even though I think they're mentally ill, I believe that those people are mentally ill, would I wish for their death? No, I would never wish for them to die. Would I be happy if they were dead? Only would I be happy if they were dead if they were harming children, if they were murderers, rapists, pedos, traffickers of anything, drugs, traffickers of people, that kind of thing, gangsters, people who destroy people's lives. If they were somebody who has been making a choice to destroy somebody's life, then I might be kind of happy that they're gone. Am I going to go and go woohoo and all that? Probably not, because that's not a very Christed thing to do. Would I be relieved that somebody evil was no longer on the earth? Yes. But in this case, this person who was taken off the earth plane was not only the opposite of evil. Yeshua and Miriam told me who and what he really was, and this is going to blow your socks off today. So I'm going to try really hard not to cry. I was crying for a good hour or two having this conversation with the two of these beautiful beings today. I will try really hard not to cry. I can't promise you anything, but before I go into the message about them, I have an important announcement. So for all of you who are on the spiritual path and enjoy reading books, whether they're on a PDF form or they're in you listen to it, what do you call that? Not Kindle, what's it called? Audible, an Audible form where you can listen to the book or you actually read the book. If you like books, you like learning spiritual stuff, and you want some camaraderie, some support, you want to get some messages from these two, I have started a new book club. It's called the Spiritual Growth Journeys Book Club. I have my first 2 sessions of it available for you to sign up for on Learn It Live. The link will be down below. And what I'm going to do is every Saturday, starting in October, I am going to have a basically have we're going to be reading a book that will be picked out by Yeshua and Miriam. They're actually going to pick the book, and then each week we will read a chapter or two from that book that they pick out. And it will be a spiritual book. It will either be regarding Christ consciousness or ascension or something to help you with your spiritual growth. Okay. It's not going to be a health book. It's not going to be a healing book, a book about that. It's going to be a spiritual development and growth related to helping you with your ascension. So we're going to be reading books that they recommend. The first meeting will be about me teaching you discernment, teaching you how to discern when you're reading these books, what is true for you, what is a bunch of crap, like how to know when something is true for you. It might be not true for me, but it could be true for you. It could resonate with you. But how to discern if it's true or not. All right. I'm going to be working on throughout the entire book club, we'll be working on continuous discernment of how do we know this is right or wrong. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be introducing ourselves to each other and talking a little bit about ourselves. In the first meeting, we will get the assignment, any messages that Miriam and Yeshua have for us. I will pass that along to you. And then the second meeting will be us going over the first chapter or two or three, depending on how small these chapters are. Because what I will do is once they tell me what book we're going to do, then I will look it over and see, and this will be before the first meeting, I will look it over and see how much can be read within a week's time, based on if you just read a little every day or whatever. And then we will discuss that part of the book. And then when we're done with that book, we'll move on to another one and another one and another one. Now, when I put this post up on Facebook about this book club that I'm doing, somebody chimed in and said, well, I wrote a book and I'd like to send it to you. And whoever that lady was, I can't remember who it was, but she said she wrote a book and it had to do with how it was more of a health book. It was about healing trauma is what it was. That's not what this book club is for, is books on healing emotions or healing traumas. This is spiritual development. So it's really related more to spirituality, ascension, Gnostic Christianity. We'll be studying that. Because I think one of the books they want us to read is the Essene Gospel of Peace or something like that, one of those Essene books. So we're going to be studying that type of thing. So please don't put in the comments, read this book on this. Whatever you do, don't suggest what books to read because you guys don't get to pick. Sorry, I don't get to pick either. So I'm actually a student in this too. So these are going to be books I have not read yet. That they want me to read, and we're going to be learning together. And they are the ones telling me what book we're going to do because they're going to be giving us messages that go along with the book. They will be speaking to us about it. Okay. So, so you guys unfortunately don't get to choose what book it is. Okay. They do. All right. So if you're somebody who says, well, I have to be in control and I have to pick the book, then this club's not for you. Sorry. Anyways, so what we'll be able to do is you'll be able to meet other like-minded people. This is going to be a video meeting. I'm only allowing 33 people in the group because we're going to have 2 hours for everybody to be able to say their peace of mind on what they read or ask a question about, I don't understand what it said, da, 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 da. What does this mean? Whatever your questions are, we're going to be able to do Q&A in each meeting or just share what they thought. Like I will have like a list of questions for you guys. Like, how did this make you feel? And what did you think of this? And, we will have questions that we will discuss. It's going to be a full-on discussion about the reading material. So we really get into it and, get into the nitty gritty of it. And we will be learning together. Like I said, these will be things I haven't read yet as well, because I have like literally a 4-foot stack of books that people have given me or that I've bought over the last several years, and I haven't read any of them because I'm too busy working with you guys all the time and watching all these videos people keep sending me. So anyways, so I hope you'll join me. It's first come, first serve. There's only 33 spots to allow everybody to have time to talk. And yes, I know the number 33 has been coming up a lot. It came up with this event that just happened a few days ago. And it was a number usurped by the dark ones per usual. 33 is actually a number of Yeshua. The number 3, the number 33, and the number 333 represents Christ consciousness, and also Father, Mother, God, Holy Spirit, and Yeshua. You know, it represents that Christ. It really represents Father, Mother, God, Christ consciousness, and the Holy Spirit is what it's really supposed to represent. But the dark ones, of course, used it to do their 33 masonry thing and all that kind of thing, because they invert everything, just like they take the cross and put it upside down, and the protective star and put it upside down, and on and on and on. You know, they took the lotus of life and turned it into some flower of life thing that has totally chaotic bad energy. You know, they invert everything. Okay, but 33 is still a good number, and just like 13 is the number of the goddess. So so first come, first serve. I hope you will sign up. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is a great way to get some support from like-minded people in a group where you are learning. We are not going to be sharing our personal lives. We're not going to be going on and on about how your dog bit the neighbor, or your husband is cheating on you, or things like that. This is a book club, okay? This is not a psychic reading group. I'm not going to be doing psychic readings. I'm not going to be doing healings on people. This is pretty much, you read the book, we discuss it, we ask questions, we maybe receive a message from Yeshua and Miriam about it, and we kind of support each other, and that's about it. Okay. So the cost of this group, you know, for everything and for my time, and also because I have to I have to survive and live. Unfortunately, I need food to live. I am just only asking $25 a session, and that's it. And I don't even get all the 25. I get a small percentage of that, because Learn It Live platform is not my company. It's a teaching platform, and I get paid as a teacher, like a commission. So whatever I charge for my classes, which are all on Learn It Live, I just get a fraction of that. I don't get all of it. And it's for a reason, because I don't have the time and bandwidth to, or the financial ability to create my own education platform. I don't have the financial ability to do that. I just don't have the time. I don't have the techie knowledge. I don't have any of that. So I have to do it through somebody else's platform. And unfortunately, I have to pay the price. And the price is I have to give a percentage of my earnings away to whoever's platform that is. So it's only $25. I'll get a percentage of that so that I can buy food for my family. And so you're helping me, and we're all learning together, and I'm helping you, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So right now what I have up is the first 2 meetings. It's $50 for the first 2, 25 a meeting. And the reason why I did that as a bundle, because it's the initial kind of meet and greet, get to know each other. I'm going to teach you some things. You're going to get your assignment. And then the first meeting of going over the material of the whatever book we read. That's how that's going to work. So I just want to tell you all about this, because I'm really excited about it. And this is not an idea I came up with. So I actually had a psychic healing and reading with a friend of mine. And in that reading, she basically came up with, they were speaking to me. They came in to the room when we were, you know, doing our thing. They came in and they had these messages for me. And the one message is they wanted me to do this book club. And they're the ones that, when I say they, I'm talking Miriam and Yeshua. They came in. And they're the ones who came up with the idea of doing that. And that was when I had a session with, her name is Wendy Kingsford, and she's an amazing psychic and healer. And if anyone, she does what are called soul star, I think it's called soul star readings or something like that. She does a lot of other stuff too. But if any of you want to know about her, if you know there's somebody that you want to see for that type of thing, I'm happy to give you her contact information, but it's Wendy Kingsford, and she's just a beautiful soul. She's just an incredible kindred. She's actually part of my soul family. Actually, she's part of my soul family. So and my angelic soul family, because she's an amazing angel. But they came in and they said, we want you to do this book club. Because I'm going to be learning too, and I haven't been reading the books. I have all these books that I need to be reading, and this kind of forces me to do it. Plus it forces me to be in a situation where I can help you guys too on your journey. So, all right. So now we're going to go into this message. So first of all, like I was saying, they create all these black swan and distraction events. They've been doing it for a long time, false flags. This event that happened with CK the other day where they unalived him, they did it for a whole lot of reasons. And this is from Yeshua. So this is his information. One of them was to distract all of you from the information coming out about the Pooks, pediatrician study that was done showing basically that all the kids who never got any of those Pokes at all are really healthy and have never had any problems, whereas all the kids who have gotten Pokes have autism and ADHD and autoimmune disease and cancer and on and on and on, just a giant list of issues. Nervous system damage, brain damage, death, lots of deaths, all kinds of fun things. So that just came out, and they are distracting everyone from it. They don't want people to look at this and hear this. And they don't want anyone to know, especially the CV, the ones for the COVID. They don't want people to know about any of this. So what do? They create a false flag event. Unfortunately, when they do these false flag events, really good humans get not only hurt, but also unalived. Okay, they get unalived. And so this poor guy, who was an amazing speaker, my son and I have been watching, and that's why I was crying. I've been crying a lot the last few days, because he's somebody who I really liked, because he listened to everybody's viewpoint. He was open to everyone, even though he was a professed conservative Christian, supporter of Mr. T, blah, blah, blah. He listened to everybody's viewpoints. He had people from the LGBTQ, whatever, community coming out and talking all the time, and he allowed them to say their piece, and he had open discussions with everybody. He didn't judge people. He didn't hate people. He wasn't rude or disrespectful to people. He was very kind to everybody and very, very peaceful, very peace loving. And a lot of people say, oh, he did this, he did that. Okay. I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear it. He was not a bad person. He didn't have a bad bone in his body. He was a loving, devoted father and husband with 2 little babies, and he was only 31 years old, which makes me sick because I have a son that's just a few years younger than him who follows him. And I've been married 39 years. I could easily have children that are 31. So, which I have 2 kids that are close to that age. So the whole thing is just horrifying to me that a young guy got snuffed out and before his life was even barely getting started. All right, so let's tell you, this is from Yeshua. So he said the deep state unalived him. He actually made, and I asked, well, why wasn't he protected? Because he said he was a light warrior. Said, why was he not protected? I thought we were all protected, and you tell us not to worry and that we're safe and protected all the time. He said his soul made an agreement. He made an agreement to be a martyr, to help wake up all of you guys, to help wake up humanity. His soul made that agreement. And what he explained was all of us who are light warrior starseeds, as long as we don't have a martyr agreement, we are safe and protected. They can't take us out. They're not allowed to take us out. They will use your family to try to take you out by making you unalive yourself. They will use illness, make you sick, give you health issues, all kinds of stuff to make you so depressed and so angry and sad that you will take yourself out of the picture. But they can't take you out directly unless you've made a martyr agreement. Okay. If you want to know if you have a martyr agreement, you can use excuse me, a pendulum or dowsing rods or muscle test and just ask the question, do I have a martyr agreement? And then you'll know. And if you get a yes, then at some point you're going to go bye-bye. Just, it's the way it is. All right. So I said, who unalived him? He said the deep state unalived him. There were actually 3 people involved in his unaliving that day, not just the 22-year-old guy, but the 22-year-old guy was an MK Ultra sleeper domestic terrorist dude, basically. So every time they do these black swans, or anytime you see these shootings at grocery stores or shootings at schools, every one of them is done by MK Ultra or voice to skull tech. Or they've been injected with something, so they're being controlled. All these people are all being mind controlled, and they're created to go do these things. All right. Some of these people have been, since birth, they've been prepped to do this. Okay. Because they go and they mass produce all these babies in these underground facilities and then raise them up, put them with a family or whatever, and raise them up all rigged up with their brain all ready to go to unleash themselves and kill people. So it's what they do. Okay. So there were 3 people involved in this, just like there were multiple people involved with the JFK thing. There was 3 people involved in this, including the 22-year-old MK Ultra dude that was mind controlled. This event was number 1. There were multiple reasons. Okay. It was a black swan, false flag, whatever you want to call it thing. Black swan event, I guess is what they call it, or gray swan. I don't know. I don't understand all of that about all those. So don't get me into explaining, because I don't really know. He was a satanic sacrifice. It was purposely done as a satanic sacrifice. His family was traumatized. First of all, they didn't just unalive him, but they also traumatized his family and everybody who loved him and cared about him. And they lowered the frequency of the entire collective when they did this, because all of the people all over the world who knew him and liked him, even people in different countries, I mean, all over the world, people loved this guy. And so they literally lowered the frequency of the entire collective, because the biggest thing that we all felt, including myself, because I'm human, is sadness, despair, sadness, not just sadness for him and his family, but sadness for planet and the fact that there's these horrible people that are happy that this happened. But it lowered the frequency of everyone. And that was the main goal. Like I asked Yeshua, what was the main goal of this? And that the outcome they were expecting was to block our ascension through lowering us down as low as they can get us energetically. Okay, this just hurts my heart so much. CK and his wife and kids, well, this is from Yeshua. CK and his wife and kids will be reunited during the purification event. They will be reunited. All the people that have been taken out by the dark ones, there's been so many people taken out by them. A lot of truthers have been taken out. A lot of light warriors, a lot of people, wanting to have free speech. All of those people who were taken out early in life, like CK, will have the option to come back in again as either a walk-in or to be reborn again on New Earth when we have New Earth. So they will either come back in as a baby, but in the New Earth, so they'll have a nice, happy life, or they can be a walk-in and come back to their family. So his wife and kids may get some other dude that comes in that's carrying his soul in there, that comes into her life, and it's him in there occupying the body. So that could happen for her. The reason this happened is because the deep state is on their way out. This is what Yeshua says. So don't shoot the messenger, as they say. The reason this happened is because the deep state is on their way out, and they are seriously desperate. They are trying to block our ascension any way they can, and the ascension of this planet. The being, this is his words, not mine, the being known as CK sits next to him on the New Jerusalem ship. He is a high-level Christed being. He is also an angel who came to Earth from Andromeda. He came here to spread peace. He came here to create and to spread peace and to teach people. Okay. So the being known as CK, he's up there sitting next to Yeshua right now. He said on the New Jerusalem, he's a high-level angelic Christed being, came here from Andromeda. Okay. And he came here to share a message of peace. That was his reason for coming here. Was to get, he said, to get people to create a unity consciousness. There was somewhere where thought I wrote it down. I'm just remembering it because I thought it was in my notes, but I remember that he basically said he came here to bring people together because that's what he did. He was really good at bringing everybody together to have a discussion instead of everybody fighting and killing each other and all that. So he was here to bring people together and be a unifier. That was why he came here, and he did a really good job of it. Okay, so now I have a message for you all, and this is from Miriam of Magdalene. Sorry, I need to breathe. My chest is really hurting. And I just want you all to know this was also an attack on the throat chakra of all of us. I had horrible neck pain for 3 days straight for no reason at all. No reason. Today is the first day I have zero neck pain right now. So I've been cleared. But I had neck pain for 3 days for no reason. Most of my friends are all complaining of throat issues or neck pain. They basically did a huge frequency attack on the throat chakra when they did that. It was all a huge sacrifice, huge throat chakra frequency attack to stop us because the message was very clear to humanity. We are not allowed to speak the truth. We are being blocked by them. They want to block us. They don't want us speaking the truth. They want to get rid of our freedom. They don't want us to have free speech. And this was what the message was. It had multiple messages. You know, if you speak truth and if you try to bring people together, we will take you out. That was an obvious message. So here's Miriam's message. This is in her words. I'm going to read her words. Okay. And I felt so much love. I just couldn't stop crying because there was so much love coming through from her. So I'm going to try really hard to read this. Okay. I really lost my shit earlier today. Sorry, I need to breathe for a second. Okay. All right. Okay. Miriam of Magdalene. This event was shocking, traumatic, and sad to everyone who knew this man. I am very saddened by all of the people who cheered when they found out he died. This is why so many people will not be ascending. They do not have compassion, concern, or respect for their fellow humans. They are numb to the suffering of others. Love is the only way through these demonic events. Love is the only way through these demonic events. And then she said to me, "Sister, we must all do our part to spread love, kindness, and compassion to our sisters and brothers on earth. Take time out of your day to pray for peace, to consume all the hatred, all of the fear, and all of the evil on earth. Go out into nature and connect with the beauty and stillness. That is your beloved Mother Tara. These types of traumatic incidences will continue to happen until humanity wakes up to who they truly are, or until the purification event happens. I want to wish you all good tidings that someday soon we will be seeing the solar tidal wave of purification. And that is the end of what she said. And then I asked her, what do you consider someday soon? I said, days, weeks, months. It's going to happen before the end of this year, 2025, which is the 9 endings year. It will happen before the end of this year. This is what they keep telling me over and over. Can I, Kimberly, guarantee that it will happen? No, I can't make any guarantees of anything other than I'm breathing right now. That's the only thing I can guarantee. I can guarantee that I'm always a loving person and I can breathe. That's about it. I can't guarantee the event's going to happen today, tomorrow, or the next day, but it could be any minute or any day, but it's going to be before the end of this year. And then I had a message from her to me personally, and then also to my soul sister, medium Mikala. So if you want more messages from Yeshua and Miriam, they both speak through my soul sister Mikala. They also speak to my soul sister Katrina. I have both of their Katrina is Red Mountain Shaman. That's her YouTube channel. And Mikala is Christ Phoenix Rising Academy, where she does classes for you every week from Yeshua, speaking through her. He actually takes over her vessel and speaks to you right through her, all loving messages. So if you want more messages, those are the two people who I can give 100% support to, because I know that they're working with me. We're all working together with the same beings. They're not hijacked. Let's just put it that way. They haven't been hijacked by AI. They haven't been hijacked by entities or demons. They are literally speaking with Yeshua and Miriam, okay, because they're part of my soul family, those two ladies. So we made this agreement to come in here at this time together and do this work. And so follow Katrina Red Mountain Shaman, follow Mikala, and I'll have their links below. And I hope you will join me for the book club, the Spiritual Girl Journeys book club. And that's about all I have to say this time. I don't have anything else to say. I'm honestly really exhausted right now from being just super sad and angry over the last few days. Not over what actually happened, but over the reaction of so-called humans, people who are human beings, how hateful they have reacted. It's just horribly saddening to me. Miriam as well is saddened by it. And I'm sure Mother Mary also is probably saddened by it, because with the divine feminine, all we do is we put out love. We just try to love everyone, and to see humanity in such a disgusting mess, it's just really, really sad. And the saddest part is knowing that only 22 or 23% of the humans will be staying on this earth at this time. Humanity has gotten so corrupted and so disgusting that at this point, right at this moment, right now, there's about 23% that will stay here on New Earth. Everybody else will be going either to the Saturn hell place, or they will be recycled back to source, or they will be recycled into a terrible life on some other who knows where, because they're just not worthy of unity they're not willing to have unity consciousness. They're not willing to be loving and compassionate and respectful to their fellow humans. They just want to be hateful. They just want to be mean and spiteful and judgmental. And, so they're not going to be staying here. Anyways, I feel really sad that only 23% of my fellow sisters and brothers on this earth are what we call decent human beings. The rest of them are not. So that makes me the saddest of all, is just knowing that. So, all right. Well, I hope you all have a good rest of your day and weekend. Have a nice weekend wherever you are. And remember what they said, their advice of praying for peace. What did he say? He said, pray for peace. Somewhere on there. They said to pray for peace every day and unity. Let's see, I thought I wrote that somewhere on here, to pray for peace and unity. I know that was, maybe I didn't say that, but I thought, oh yeah, Miriam said that. Take time out of your day to pray for peace and unity, also to consume all of the hatred, fear, and evil on this earth, and go out into nature and connect with the beauty and stillness that is your beloved Mother Tara Earth. So that's your homework. Please do that with me. I'm going to be doing the same. I'm going to go out in nature right now. And I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.